Previously on Godzilla vs. Kong.
It's me! Don't you remember?
Fight back!
You saved me. Why?
Monkey. Feel like Godzilla, better hit the deck like the Cardilla. My whole squad's in here walking around the party across beach.
On this episode, Godzilla x Kong, the new empire.
Godzilla x Kong. Please excuse the beanie, I'm having a bit of a bad hair day, but do not let that distract you from the fact that we just saw Godzilla x Kong. Holy! It was very awesome to see, but I will admit, it did let me down at some points. They were hyping up many things, and it did not turn out to be the things that they were hyping up. I'll explain more further as we go into detail, but I got my fights, I got my awesome world building, and potentially more stuff in the future. I don't recall. I don't even think there's a post-credit scene, to be honest with you. We have Shimu now in the Monsterverse, and that's cool. I thought they were going to mention the next baddie we're going to be facing. I was even hoping to hear about Space Godzilla or finally see Destroya on screen. Who doesn't want to see Destroya on screen? Let's be honest. That's like top tier arch nemesis type deal. But sadly, none of that. While the human characters weren't my favorite, and that's probably with 80% of these Godzilla movies, I did enjoy our conspiracy theorist, and that's Brian Tyree Henry's character. He was definitely the comic relief of the movie. Every time I cut to him and he said something funny, I always did enjoy it. I'll give it that. It is comedic, but I'm not looking for comedy in a Godzilla x Kong movie. You know what we're all here for. We're here for this. We want to see more of that. Did Scar let me down, man? They were hyping this guy up to be the alpha of the whole monkey world that Kong has down there. I mean, he does make for a good Kong adversary, but when they first introduced him, I was definitely like, why does he look small? I mean, Kong's yoked. This man pounds his chest and you can feel that. Scar just kind of looks like, I don't know. Yo, why are you standing like that? They do even the tides with involving Shimu on here, and sadly not enough action with them. Towards the end, they do have an awesome fight scene where it's 2-on-2. We got Godzilla and Kong, and we have Shimu and Scar, and they do duke it out respectively. But I felt like the movie went by so quick. Even when it ended, I looked around at the people I came in the theater with, and I was just like, wait a minute, is that all we're getting right now? I guess that's a good thing for a movie. Time flies when you're having fun, so I guess I was having fun. I love the fact that Godzilla sleeps in a coliseum, as the king of all monsters should. We did get Mothra in the movie, and I love how they tied her together with Gia. We finally have our little canon alien fairy here who controls Mothra. I know I'm even sounding like I'm very happy about the movie, but if I'm being unbiased, and if I wasn't such a fan, I would be nitpicking this like shit. The movie did let me down. I don't feel like Scar was a worthy big bad for the movie. I was hoping for something to surprise me, just like how Mecha Godzilla surprised me in Godzilla vs. Kong. How he just came out of nowhere and now everybody's got to team up to take down this one foe. Plot twist, you're gonna fight Mecha King Ghidorah or something like that. I really would have appreciated that. Sadly, that's nowhere to be found here. I loved Little Kong. I thought he was a great companion for Kong. I'm gonna call it here. I'm willing to bet that in the next film, Godzilla's gonna get a little buddy, or he's gonna have a son or a child. I just realized now, they don't call him King Kong anymore. Is that like a copyright thing, or is just, why'd they take the king out of the name? If it wasn't for the numerous amount of hard seltzer Topo Chicos in my system, I probably wouldn't have had as much as a good time as I did. There was a guy in my theater filming the whole movie with his flash on, but then he turned off his flash and he hid his phone to a spot where nobody could see it, so I let it slide. Special place in hell for people like that. A lot of the film, especially with the monsters, you can really tell what Kong and Little Kong were communicating with one another without using any words. These guys were saying thousands of words with just their face. Good lord, this movie must have been expensive to make, because the first 5 or 6 minutes of the movie, that whole introduction is all CGI. And all of it looked pretty good. I looked at my friend on my left and I was like, yo, why does this monkey actually look like a monkey? I have no idea how they keep raising the bar like this. And I really questioned myself in asking, At what point are we just gonna reach the peak and not be able to progress any further in CGI? Because this is pretty good. Overall, decent movie. If we're ranking these now on a scale of 1 to 10, I feel like this one gets a 6. I know that's kind of sad to hear. The fight scenes were amazing again, but they were just hyping this guy up to be a big old baddie. I felt like I was gonna get introduced to a Thanos of sorts. No, sadly not. Seeing Godzilla and Kong kind of duke it out for a little bit was cool too. If this does follow the same fate as Godzilla vs. Kong, just wait a couple months to watch it on HBO. Save your money. If you're a fan of the MonsterVerse and you're a fan of Godzilla and Kong, you're gonna already watch this movie. You probably already saw it too. I know I'm running a little late on this. It's because I was doing this Godzilla ranked video. And I also have some Rise of the Ronin footage I was filming just because I want to talk about that one as well too. It's a pretty darn decent game. So the past 2 weeks of my life have been revolving around Japan and or Japanese kaijus. So it's safe to say that I might consider myself a Japanese citizen now, so to speak. The sashimi is on point. I even bought this squid and eel to try to see what I can make out of it, because I don't know, cooking video soon maybe? But yeah, 6 out of 10. Scar was meh. Shimu was meh. Fight scenes are cool.